Coach Will Brown with Armin and Levac, UAlbany men's basketball coach on 104.5 The Team. Your home for New York sports. Coach, it's right around the corner. Friday, November 13th. You guys open up at Kentucky. No big deal. How are you feeling about your team this year? You pretty much have almost everybody back for the most part except Sam Rowley, your major loss from last year. How high are your expectations for your program this year?
Well, I think expectations are always high. It's nice that we have 4 starters returning and some experienced guys who came off the bench for us. But, I think the loss of Sam Rowley is a big one. We're not going to replace Sam with one individual. We're going to have to do it by committee. But I think we have a chance to be pretty good, and I think we'll have a chance to compete for an America East Conference championship again. But it's a brand new year. It's a new team. We've got to create our own identity. And like I said, we're going to need some guys to step up and fill that void left by Sam. And, I'm confident we've got some guys that can do it defensively and on the glass, but we do need some offensive production from our front court for sure if we're going to be successful.
Like Sam's brother, Mike Rowley, he broke Sam's bench press record, right? Is he going to be able to be the next great Australian for UAlbany?
Well, I'll tell you what, he looks great. I'm just hoping, that strength can translate from the weight room to the court. I think that's the biggest thing. As strong as Mike has gotten, he's always been more of a finesse guy, and now we need him to use. I mean, he looks great. Now we need, if you're going to be benching, 350 pounds or whatever it is, that's got to translate to the court. So we need him to be physical. We need him to, get to the free throw line, to just have more of a balance between, finesse and physicality. There's got to be a happy medium there. But I think for the first time in a while, I think Mike can take a deep breath and be Mike Rowley and not play in the shadows of Sam, not play the same position as Sam where he's stuck behind Sam. So, I do think Mike's going to take that next step forward. But, I think sometimes we as coaches get caught up in that. Instead of talking about how high we are on a guy, let's let the production talk for itself. And I think that's something that I'm trying to be careful with Mike. I don't want to put any pressure on him. Our expectations are high for him. His expectations for himself, are really high. But now instead of playing that complimentary role, I think he needs to step to the forefront and make things happen, and more importantly, make them happen on a consistent basis. Be the best Mike Rowley you can be, and not worry about what your brother did.
UAlbany men's basketball coach Will Brown with Armin and Levac on 104.5 The Team. Good. Well, let's talk up another player. Let's raise expectations again. Scotia's Joe Cremo, your true freshman. How's he looking, Coach?
Let me tell you something. If I was paid for every Cremo question I got, I'd be cashing in and retiring right now. He's been awesome, to be honest with you. And the reason why I say he's been awesome is because he's the ultimate competitor. He's a gym rat. I've had to kick him out of the gym, I think, double-digit times since school has started. Basketball is so important to him. And, my big concern with Joe is, and I told him this the other day, he was sitting in my office, and I said, listen, don't try to appease everybody on the outside. Don't try to appease everybody in Scotia or in the area. Don't let any pressure get to you. You're a freshman. You're going to be learning so much, throughout the year. Stay patient. But he's been really good. I mean, our upperclassmen can't stand him right now, and I mean that in a great way. They love him. They respect him. But, boy, he goes for the jugular every time he steps on the floor, whereas a lot of freshmen are willing to take a back seat, wait their turn. He's so competitive. So from a coach's standpoint, he's awesome. He's good. I mean, he's going to be really good. But again, he's a typical freshman. He's going to go through, the grind of being a freshman. He'll hit the freshman wall at some point. But like I told him, our returning perimeter guys are really good. And Joe doesn't care about that. He respects them, but, he wants to play. He wants to help our team win. He's more ready initially than I thought, just from a competitive standpoint. I was a little worried about him defensively because they play all that zone defense over at Scotia, and we play very little zone here, but he's adjusted to that nicely. He's been playing 32 minutes a game since he was in like the 4th grade, so, this is something where he's going to have to take a deep breath, be a sponge, learn. But I'd be shocked initially if he doesn't play. He's just so competitive, and it's rubbing off on our team as well.
Coach, Wednesday night, big event, very close to your heart, the 10th annual Coaches versus Cancer. What's going on? Give us all the details. How can we get tickets and the full rundown?
Yeah, it's our 10th anniversary. It's a tremendous event. It's at the Franklin Plaza on Wednesday. We're bringing back Fran and Margaret McCaffrey. Obviously, when Fran and Margaret were at Siena, we started this thing together, my wife, Amy, and I, and the American Cancer Society. 10 years later, and 1.6 million plus raised. It's great because we're having an opportunity to honor Fran and Margaret for their contributions. Unfortunately, their son Patrick has battled thyroid cancer over the years, and Fran told me a couple of weeks ago that Patrick got a clean scan and it looks promising moving forward. So I was happy to hear that. And then we're also honoring Peter Hooley, our senior guard. As everybody's aware, he lost his mom to colon cancer during our season. She had battled it since 2011, and Peter being so far away from home, my wife and I and his teammates and my staff have gone through this with Peter every step of the way, and Peter and his family had helped raise over $16,000 for the Cancer Council of South Australia in honor of his mom, Sue. And so it's a really nice event, and you can get tickets by going to cvcbasketballalbany.org. There is no sellout. We're going to pack them in like sardines. So, but again, it is a great event. Obviously, we're trying to raise money, but it's just as important that we raise awareness. It's nice that Siena and Albany can work together on this event. I appreciate what the community has done and what the American Cancer Society has done. And, like I said, the Franklin Plaza in Troy is a great venue. And, even though I'm the coach at Albany, it's my wife that really has an even stronger pulse on this event. She's handling the day-to-day to help make sure this event, runs and that it's successful and that everybody enjoys, the event while they're there for a few hours. But, it's unfortunate, guys. You guys know, we all know too many people, whether it's family, friends, community that are impacted from this dreaded disease. And, I think I have a responsibility with the platform that I have to do whatever I can, for cancer and other diseases as well, but especially cancer. And it's something that I take great pride in. And I know you guys have been, really good to us to, get word out about the event and be involved. And, so we're looking forward to celebrating that 10th anniversary and bringing Coach McCaffrey back and honoring Peter as well. And I think it's going to be a great time on Wednesday night.
The 2015 Coaches versus Cancer basketball this Wednesday night, Franklin Plaza in Troy. It's going to be a special night. You can look as to how you can be involved. cvcbasketballalbany.org. Coach Will Brown will be there with his beautiful wife, Jimmy Patsos, with his better half as well, and then receiving the Fighting Spirit Award, Fran and Margaret McCaffrey, and Inspiration Award, Peter Hooley will be speaking. It's going to be a special night Wednesday. Hope to see everybody there. And Coach, this offseason, can't help but notice on your Twitter, it looks like you've been spending quite the amount of time breaking down some UFC, huh?
Well, you base it on my Twitter. My wife bases it on our
pay-per-view bill?
Time Warner bill when she sees all the pay-per-views that have been purchased. Yeah. And I don't think she believes that there's that many UFC pay-per-view events. And I had to tell her, I said, hey, I'm not doing anything funny. I'm just watching UFC. But, I guess everybody's different. There is no such thing as boxing anymore. I said, who wants to watch Floyd Mayweather, slap guys, so, I became a UFC fan, and I actually enjoy it, and I do watch it every chance that I get. many people that know me think I'm crazy, but I like it. I enjoy it. I think those guys, in my opinion, are some of the craziest athletes in the world and some of the toughest and skilled. That's something that I know I would never find myself doing, but I enjoy watching it. Nobody said coaches were smart or had it all together, so put me in that category. And like I said, I do watch it. I'm just not allowed to have my two boys watch it with me. That's the rule in my household.
Coach, we see other athletes in other sports start to use it to build up core strength. Justin Pugh of the Giants, he looks great even at tackle this year because he did MMA. You going to get your guys out there rolling around on mats?
No. I'm just. I think it's too easy to get hurt in that sport. Call me soft or whatever you want to call me.
Smart.
But if anybody's going to get hurt in my program, and hopefully nobody does, it's going to be on the court. And I don't think I've got any future UFC guys in my program right now. Every once in a while on these long road trips, especially on the way home, like from Maine at like 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm done watching the game film and our guys are sleeping, I'll sneak in some UFC fights on the, on the screen, and a couple of guys will wake up and be like, "Coach, what are you doing, man?" And but it's all good, Like I said, you got to have an outlet here or there, and I guess watching the UFC is mine.
There he is, Coach Will Brown, UAlbany men's basketball coach. This Wednesday, 2015 Coaches versus Cancer, cvcbasketballalbany.org for more information. Coach Brown, hey, thanks so much for what you do in the area for this cause, and we'll see you Wednesday night. Thanks so much for jumping on today.
No, sounds good. Thanks for all you guys do, and keep doing what you're doing because you're impacting a lot of people, so I thank you for that.